Hey everyone, it's a new reading vlog. I am excited to start a new book today. So I am starting Queen of Coin and Whispers by Helen Corcoran. I'm really excited to read this one. It's an FF fantasy novel from an Irish author. So yeah, that's exciting. What have I done today? Today I have gone to work for a few hours in the office just to get some filing done. I've had when I was at work, I had a delivery, right? From Yodel, and I was like, okay, what's this? I haven't ordered anything. And it was on my blue bin outside because they put things over my fence. And I went and checked it, and it was not, in fact, for me. It was for one of my, someone with the similar street name to me. So, it sounds the same, and it's in the same cul-de-sac kind of area, but it's not on my road, but it's the same number. So, yeah, and it's a box of flowers. So I've contacted Yodel. I don't really want to be delivering that myself because I feel uncomfortable doing that given that we're in a pandemic, and also because it's a box of flowers and it could be a surprise for someone, and I don't want to ruin that surprise by accident by getting the wrong person at the door. So yeah, I've been on a book buying ban for this year basically. I've barely bought any physical books. I'm on a physical book buying ban, not an e-reading book buying ban, because that would be impossible because I'm constantly buying 99p books on Kindle. But in the last couple days, I bought a book on Hive, and then I also bought a secondhand book because I was just I felt like buying books. So those will be coming soon. So yeah, so tonight I am going to be doing a tiny bit of housework and cooking my dinner, and then I'm going to write a blog post, and then I'll be reading. So yeah, excited to read, to be quite honest, because it's been a couple days since I read a bit. So yeah. Okay, so I feel like this is probably a bit TMI, but I'm looking for help, really. I've always had really greasy hair, right? And for it to be nice and at its peak, I basically need to wash it every day. But I don't do that for the most part. I try and go every other day. And during lockdown, I've gone every other day, basically. But on a regular term, so if I was going to work still, I would normally leave the top on my head and I'd wash my fringe because it's just impossible to have a fringe with how greasy my hair is. And I've tried throughout the years to train my hair to not be greasy on the second day, and it just doesn't work. I've been trying for years to have it not be greasy on the second day. I'm now at a point where it's a little bit better than it used to be, but it's still not great. So that's one thing I'm having a struggle with, and I don't really know how to fix it. The other problem is not only do I have a greasy head, so quite oily, I somehow also have a dry head, scalp. I don't know how it's possible to have both oily and dry scalp, but I have, my head is always so itchy. And, I use the Superdrug, dandruff shampoo, and that seems to help a bit, but it makes no sense to me how I can have, an oily and a dry scalp at the same time. It's just a nightmare because I don't really want to be using, because, so my hair is, a mild pink colour, and that's because I use Rose Blonde shampoo from Bleach London, and I don't want to be using my Superdrug shampoo every day because I want to have my hair pink. So yeah, I only use the Superdrug one when I get a really itchy head, so I'm probably gonna have to do that now, in the next couple of days. But yeah, so my main reason for talking about all this is I'm hoping that maybe someone who watches can help me figure something out based on their experiences. I don't know. I don't really know what to do about it because the lengths of my hair are quite in good condition. They don't get dry, they don't get oily. It's just my scalp, and I don't really know what to do about it. I've tried looking stuff up and fixing it, but it just doesn't, I don't know. Help. It's Friday. You can see the glare of my TV on my glasses. So what did I do today? I worked, and then at 5, I got ready to go to the post office. That's my exciting day. So I went to the post office because I had to do a Boohoo return, and the post office I go to is in a corner shop. So yeah, I knew it would be open like after 5:30. So I went to the post office, and I get there and there's signs saying that the post office counter is at the main till and not at the regular post office counter. And I assumed that was like because of coronavirus. So I get in the queue for this counter and I'm waiting there for like 3 minutes. And then one of the shop guys tells me that it's still the regular counter at the back of the shop. So I go to that counter and the woman's just like pure raging, like I've shut, and wouldn't like even take my parcel, even though literally like there's no money involved. It's literally just scanning the parcel, but she would not take it. And then I just stood there, I was like, I don't know what to do. And then eventually one of the guys in the shop took me to the main like counter and sorted out my parcel. But yeah, that was my excitement for the day. I was pure raging and people were walking far too close to me. I got back up to where I was in Queen of Coin and Whispers. Like I didn't properly read it. It was more like glancing through it because I could still remember generally the kind of stuff. I just couldn't remember some of the names and some of the like the smaller things. But I'm all caught up now. So I'll be picking that up in a bit. First I've got to write my review for The Poppy War because I haven't posted anything in my blog in like a week because, you know, have the whole anxiety thing going on. I've just been watching Piera Ford's like series of videos where she's like descending into like Shadowhunters madness, and I'm sitting here like, oh my god, I really want to read a Shadowhunters book. So I think when I'm finished Queen of Coin and Whispers, I'm gonna pick up Queen of Air and Darkness. What's going on with all the queens of something and something, for God's sake? Anyway, yeah, that's like the next Shadowhunters book I need to pick up. I've been putting it off for, how long's that book been out? 1.5 years now? I really want to read it though, but I mean 900 pages-ish. That's kind of a lot. But I really want to read it. I miss that world. I miss Cassie Clare's writing. I'm going to see my best friend tomorrow. I'm so excited. I haven't seen her since this whole lockdown thing started. So I'm going to like stand outside of the gate of her house basically, because she's going to bake me some brownies. And she bought me a jigsaw puzzle. So, and I'm going to give her a bunch of books to, well, not give her, loan her a bunch of books to read. So I'm very excited. I think that will really help my mental health. But yeah, gonna do some blogging and then reading. So I am 100 pages into Queen of Coin and Whispers. I don't really know if I explain what it's about, bar it being sapphic, but basically it's about a new queen called Leah, which is funny because my dog's name is Leah, like spelt the exact same way because it's Lia. Maybe it's Laya in this book, I don't know. So she's just like came into power after her uncles died. And in her country you have the Master of Coin and the Master of Whispers. So the Master of Coin's like your treasury basically, and your Master of Whispers is the person who's like the queen's assassin. So now that she is now queen, she is employed a Master of the Whispers, and that is a girl called Zania. So those are the two POV characters. And obviously now that she's the new queen, she's got to kind of navigate being a queen when like her life's like in danger, because most like royals have lives in danger because people always want power. And Zania took the job because she thinks one of like the big politicians is the man who killed her father, so she wants to like get revenge on him. So I'm 100 pages in now, and it's good. I find the writing style really easy to read. However, I'm finding it difficult to differentiate between the characters. Like if you told, like I couldn't tell you who it was if it didn't have the like name as the chapter header. So yeah, I'll see how it goes. I feel like there needs to be a bit more difference in their personalities and the way they're like written, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. So I've just got a parcel through the mail today on Saturday. I'm quite surprised. I ordered this on like Thursday because Isha was talking about it. So I think it's like a thriller kind of thing, and I'm not normally a fan of thrillers, but she was telling me that it's like about a guy who's like super into mathematics, and you know me. Well, no, you don't know me. If you know me, you might know this, but I did a mathematics degree, and I'm kind of like, I really enjoy maths, so yeah, I like stuff like that. So I wanted to pick this one up, and I saw it on Amazon at one of the secondhand People World of Books doing, I think it was like £1.50 for a really good copy apparently. So we'll see the quality of the copy for very good. So I went ahead and opened it off camera because it was plastic. It was just really it is The Devotion of Suspect X by Kiko Higashino. Let's see. That's not bad. It's just a wee bend in the corner here, but apart from that, it's pretty good quality. Obviously the spine's done in, but that doesn't really bother me. Cool. That's quite good quality. It's a blurb there if you want to pause it. Yeah, sounds interesting. Hey everyone, so I'm just home from seeing my best friend. We sat out in our garden for 3 hours. It was just so strange. Like, she was sat like at one end and I was at the other. And then when we were saying goodbye, obviously couldn't even hug each other. Very strange, but it was nice to see her. I was there for like 3 hours. We just discussed so many things, despite the fact we talked to each other every day. Yeah, it was just so good to see her. She gave me a jigsaw puzzle and some brownies that she made, a cheesecake slice, and some vegan burgers because she got some free stuff in PR from a company that sent her a whole bunch of stuff. So she had some extras that she gave to me. I'm just eating up some leftovers of last night's dinner, and then I'll maybe try and tidy, get some reading done at some point. I just started the audiobook of The Electric Air by Victoria Lee, which I'm really excited to be reading because I absolutely love The Fever King, so yeah. So you're probably wondering, Kirsty, what on earth are you doing with this giant pile of cushions? And my answer to that is that this weekend I've tasked myself with tidying up my house, because the past few weeks I've kind of been letting it slide a bit because I'm just a bit like, tidying my house feels like the last thing I'm gonna do when I'm like in my house all the time, if that makes sense. Like, that doesn't make sense, but I'm not a very tidy person. Anyway, so yeah, I've tasked myself with doing that this weekend. And you're probably wondering, but that still doesn't explain why there's all these cushions on the top of your couch like this. Well, basically, it's after midnight. And I was like, I want to tidy. So I started tidying. And then I started like trying, like going under all my couch cushions to see what's under them. And there's just so much like crumbs all over it. So I moved all these cushions. And now I don't want to put them back until I've like cleaned all the crumbs, because otherwise it's just a waste of time putting them back to take them off again. So that's the reason for this giant pile of cushions. So yeah, that's my fun for the evening. I've read 30 more pages of Queen of Coin Whispers. It's alright so far. Not sure. The kind of gay bits are starting now. She's like, one of them's thinking about the other's lips a lot, so we'll see how that goes. Part of my reason for wanting to tidy my house is that I've lost my tape measure, which I need for knitting jumpers and stuff. So yeah. And I can't find my tape measure, so that's great. I'm having a great time. I have no idea where my tape measure is. Woohoo! So it's Sunday. So yeah, today I spent the majority of my day tidying my house. Well, the bottom level of my house. So I've completely sorted out my living room and the majority of my kitchen. So yeah, I'm quite happy with myself today. I've been putting tidying off for ages. I get into like a kind of habit where I just like don't do it for a while and then it gets horrible and I have to do a lot in one day basically. But yeah, I was looking for my measuring tape for the majority of it and then found it in the place I'd looked 5 times. So that's great. I'm really happy I found it, but also really annoyed that it was there the whole time. Yeah. I'm now watching Extraordinary You on Netflix, which is like a K-drama that's like they're all characters in a comic book, and then she starts to get like the main character starts to become aware of her presence in the comic book. So it's quite entertaining. It's kind of like that kind of like silly rubbish that you kind of enjoy watching is just like to stop your brain working, if that makes sense. Well, not working, but like to give yourself a break. So yeah, I'm really tired tonight. Feel like I'm just gonna fall asleep on the couch, which I don't want to do. And then I know as soon as I go to bed, I'm going to be wide awake. So, and I also don't really want to sleep because it's only like 10 p.m. and I feel like that's like waste of my evening, despite the fact people go to bed at this time. But yeah, that's my kind of feelings. Hey, sorry if you can hear some strange noises outside. My neighbour's up to something with a child. I don't really know. Anyway, it's Monday evening. I've read a little bit of Queen of Coin and Whispers, but not much. I still kind of feel like I don't really know the characters individually well enough. It still feels very same. But we'll see how that goes when I start getting further into the plot. It's an interesting plot so far. I feel like not much has overly happened, but I don't know. I started listening to The Electric Air on audiobook, which is the second book to The Fever King by Victoria Lee, which is basically like about people who, well, it's like a world in the future where it's quite timely, there has been a pandemic and you either die from the pandemic or you get these like crazy powers, like magical powers. So yeah, the first book was amazing, incredible, wonderful, loved it. Cars just driven past, I don't know if you can hear that. And so now I'm reading the second book. I'm 2 hours in and I'm already in pain. Like, Victoria Lee just knows how to hurt you. I was like nearly crying listening to it because I was listening to it whilst I worked. And I was just like, oh my god, this is so horrible. Why is she doing this to me? Yeah, but if you are not like triggered or upset by stuff to do with pandemics and viruses at this time, I would highly recommend these books. I originally didn't really like the narrator of the audiobooks when I first picked up the first one, but then like when it started getting into the actual like high drama parts of it, I actually came around to him quite a lot because he does like breathing and stuff really well. Like there's parts where it's like they're arguing and he's just like, I can't believe you're doing this, like kind of stuff, and it just feels like you're actually listening to like a drama, if that makes sense. So yeah, I am going to go do my shop at Sainsbury's now, and then I'm going to come home, have dinner, and read a bit, maybe write a blog post. We shall see. So I'm back from Sainsbury's, where I spent way more money than I intended to. However, it's because I bought things I did intend to buy, I just didn't expect them to be as expensive as they were. So one of the things I bought, which you can see in the background, is a new big square rectangular vase. There. Nope. There. I also bought some flowers to put in that vase because I have one vase, but I wanted another one so I could have more than one set of flowers in my house because I love flowers. And then I also bought a microfiber feather duster. Not feather, microfiber duster. So I didn't have a duster before, and now I have a duster. So I meant to get a duster, I just didn't expect to spend $7.50 on a duster. But it's better for the planet because these are my machine washable. So yeah, I'm not mad at myself, I just spent way more than I expected to. So update, I am 200 pages in, and so normally for me when I read a book, I kind of struggle with the first 50 to 100 pages, and then I read the rest of it really quickly. Whereas with this, it kind of has been like, the first 50 pages were so easy to get through, and now it's taking me pure ages to get through, like, what's happening now. I feel like the plot's kind of stuttered a little bit. I think to build the relationship between the main two, but you can do that whilst not having the plot stutter. So yeah, it's still fairly easy to read, so there's no problem with that. It just feels a bit slower. They're kind of bonding over like romance books and stuff at the moment, which is quite cute, but yeah. I'm still struggling with the separation between the two main characters. I still feel like there's not enough difference in the way they're written. So this is my Kindle. I got a new cover for it a couple weeks ago, because my previous cover started like completely falling apart, so I just thought, oh, I'll get a new cover. So I got this one with crayons on it. It's really cute. I just finished The Perfect Escape by Suzanne Park last night, and it was cute, but like I felt it was a bit silly at times, and I was kind of bored at times as well. So yeah, but my next ebook to read is a vampire novella thing. I forgot what it's called. So it's A Whisper in the Dark by KJ Sutton and Jesse Elliott. And basically they're doing like a bunch of different like vampire novella kind of things, all in the same world, I think, but they're all like quite short ones, and I think they're doing them like one a week or something. So I decided to try this one and see if I like them and if I'll continue it. Also, I would like to clarify, I have in fact washed these sheets. I've not been using them for like 3 weeks in a row. Just, so you know that. I'm not a mank bastard. Just taking a very, 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 very quick break from my work before I get told off. A package has just arrived for me that I ordered from Hive. I'm buzzing. Let's see if I can open this. Imagine it turns out it's not what I ordered. That'd be awkward. No, it is. And it is Ghost Squad by Claribel A. Ortega. I've been wanting to read this for ages because I've followed Claribel on Twitter for a very long time, probably about 2-3 years. So yeah, I've been really excited about this one, and eventually got around to buying it. Oh look, it's got the, oh, that's so cute. I love when books have this kind of old style effect where the binding is a different thing to the rest of it. Oh, look at that, it's so nice. Is there anything on the back? No. Cool. So yeah, really excited about that one. It's a middle grade kind of spooky paranormal kind of thing with, I think, inspirations from Latinx culture. So yeah, and the cat. I love the cat. it's me. I do not have much of a reading update for this book, but I listened to probably about 3 hours of the Electric Air today, and it's just hit after hit. I feel like an emotional wreck listening to that book. It's just too much and I need it to stop. But yeah, it's after midnight. I'm going to try and crack through a little bit of this before going to sleep, because I feel like I'm taking ages to read it and I don't want to take ages to read it because I've got other books to read. So yeah. So I read a little bit more, but not much, because I got distracted watching SF9 videos on YouTube. Because I am currently watching Extraordinary You on Netflix, which has Rowan in it, who's in SF9, and he's really hot. So that's been my last half an hour. Anyway, so I've read like a few pages, well, probably about 20-30 pages of this, and the romance is heating up, although it's kind of came out of nowhere. When I say it's heating up, I mean like they're kissing, but like it feels like they went from like casting glances at each other to kissing really quickly. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something and I'm just kind of not taking it in properly, but it feels like really fast for that. But yeah, again, the plot's kind of disappeared. I don't really know what's going on with the plot at the moment. I am going to go to sleep now, I think. I might read a little bit of my ebook, but I'm not sure. Good night, friends. Hey everyone, so it's Wednesday morning. I'm just doing my work. Just wanted to kind of check in and talk to a camera for a bit. So yeah, I'm reading that vampire novel I told you about, which I'm now halfway through. And like at the beginning I was like, what the heck is this? This is really strange. But now it's like beginning to pick up and it's really interesting. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Because something's just happened to the main character that's like, oh, her life's all upended kind of thing. Yeah. I'm having my kind of weekly moment of wishing I had a cat, because my neighbour's cat's just like walked past my door and I'm just really sad I don't have a cat. So that's my morning in a nutshell. I'm really missing physical contact right now. I'm a big hugger, so it feels really crap to not be able to hug anyone, really. Living alone during this pandemic has not been fun. I've always been a bit of a kind of, I wouldn't say recluse, but I've always been a bit of a kind of keep to myself. I really don't mind being alone, but I do feel like I've learned about myself that whilst I don't mind living alone, I do need to like get in contact with people physically more than I thought I do. So that's not been great. And it really doesn't help that I can't see my parents. Like, there's a lot of people who live with their parents or live near their parents and are getting to see them, whereas I live a 6-hour car drive away from my parents, 4.5 hours of speed. So yeah, it's been really tough for me. Like, when I was in uni, I'd go like 4 or 5 months without seeing my parents, but I think because I can't go see my parents, like I physically cannot go see them, this is a lot harder, because even if I wanted to, I can't. So that's not great. When things start lifting, I'm literally going to take a week off work and go and spend some time with them, because it's just been quite hard for me. And spending time with them means I could see the dog, who is my favourite. I love my dog. And the cat. Love the cat. Wee Barley. Yeah. So that's like the 2 things I'm going to do when lockdown starts like lifting, is spend a week with my parents and take it off work and get a cat. My best friend. So you know how I went to see my best friend on Saturday? She bought me a jigsaw puzzle. And look at it. It's so cute. London with a whole bunch of dogs. Look at the golden retriever in the river. Oh, I love dogs. I've just had my delivery from the Royal Mail, and it is my friction-free shaving razors. I just wanted to talk about this because I'm not being paid for it. I just wanted to talk about it. So a few months ago, I was getting quite like fed up with one, using razors that you cannot recycle, because I'm big into recycling, and then two, I was getting fed up with how much shaving companies charge, the ones that are like in the shop, like Gillette and stuff like that. I was getting very fed up with that, like £20 for razors kind of stuff. So I went and looked up online, looked up like Dollar Shave Club, although I wasn't like impressed with their like recycling options and stuff like that. So I ended up on a site called Friction Free Shaving, and I think it was like $9.99 for the first like package, which included your like holder thing, which you can get your personalized, as well as 4 blades, a nail file, and a little thing to keep your like razor in. So yeah, I got that, and then I signed up for, I think it was like 8 weeks instead of like a month, because I don't really shave that much, so I didn't want to get like have a build up of razor heads. So yeah, so it's my razors. You can apparently recycle them by sending back 12 in one go in the same box that they send them to you. You just have to put the thing on the front. I don't know if you have to pay for it, but yeah, so that's just me talking about that in case you're interested in cheaper razors that you can recycle, like I was. Hi, it's Thursday. I think they just had sex, but I'm really not sure. It's like the most fade to black thing I've ever read. Right, I'm fairly certain they have had sex, because there was I went back and checked, and there was something about unlacing. Something really random's just happened in the plot. What's going on? So I'm going to end this vlog here because it's going to be very long. Because it's already like 33 minutes before I finished all this. So I don't want it to be much longer, because people don't watch stuff that's like that long. Anyway, so I am just under 300 pages into Queen of Coin and Whispers. I wanted to read this whole book this week, but that's not happened, as the story goes. So far the plot is beginning to pick up again. So there's quite a lot of like political intrigue into it now, and once I've got past the whole kind of the romance coming out of nowhere kind of thing, that I feel like I don't know, maybe it didn't come out of nowhere and I just didn't pick up on it, but it felt kind of like, oh, okay, so they're kissing now. But now that I'm past that, they're quite sweet with each other. So yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you aren't already subscribed, you can do so if you so desire. And if you would like, you could also leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.